like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
All right, welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Yeah.
This time, we're going to be looking at the Chiefs and Texans game.
Okay.
Now, you're probably thinking, another Chiefs win. What's so special about that?
Right.
But bear with me. We're going to be going a little bit deeper than usual today.
Okay.
We're going to be diving into an article from CBS Sports, their game recap.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to be looking at, some of the things that maybe you didn't notice at first glance.
Right.
About how the Chiefs are winning these games, a lot of them by one score. They just keep pulling them out.
Yep.
So I guess first off, did Mahomes really shrug off that ankle injury? That was a big question mark going into the game.
Yeah, that's always a big question mark.
And, was it really as smooth a win as the score suggests?
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with the elephant in the room, the Mahomes ankle.
Right.
He had a high ankle sprain just the week before.
Yeah.
And these are notoriously difficult to play through.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I was surprised to see him out there.
Yeah, it's, they're pretty rough.
Yeah.
It was definitely a question going into the game.
Yeah.
But I think he silenced any doubters pretty quickly.
Yeah.
His first touchdown was a 15-yard scramble.
Wow.
And he ended up with 3 carries for 35 yards and a score.
That's impressive.
Pretty good for a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, most players would be.
Yeah, they'd be.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we're limping around.
Yeah, pretty hobbled.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think he was really at 100%?
I don't know if you can ever really be 100% after something like that,
right?
Especially that quickly.
Yeah.
But high ankle sprains, they really affect your ability to push off,
right,
and change direction.
Mm-hmm.
Which, for Mahomes, he likes to extend plays.
Yeah.
He likes to move around. So
he was playing hurt for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was masking some pain.
Okay.
But it just speaks to his toughness.
Yeah.
He's able to just adapt.
Yeah.
And,
So, do you think Andy Reid maybe changed the game plan a bit?
Oh, I think.
To kind of accommodate that?
I think for sure.
Yeah.
The Chiefs' offensive line.
It's not been great.
Has not been good all season.
Right.
And the Texans, they got a good defense.
Yeah, they do.
So I think Reid was probably trying to, keep the pressure off of Mahomes.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, literally and figuratively, yeah.
So how did that look? How did they adjust?
Well, you saw a lot more of those quick passes.
Right.
Especially to Worthy and Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the Texans' pass rush from
Getting to him,
yeah. And just get the ball out quickly.
Right.
So he didn't have to, be dancing around in the pocket too much.
Makes sense.
And then, of course, Travis Kelce.
Always reliable.
Always reliable.
That safety valve for Mahomes.
He was working underneath zones, finding those soft spots.
Mm-hmm.
So, smart way to keep the chains moving.
Yeah, they really neutralized that Texans pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
So the Chiefs, they adjusted. They did what they had to do to get the win.
Yep.
What about the Texans? Did they make any mistakes?
Oh, yeah.
Any missed opportunities?
They had their fair share.
Okay.
It makes you wonder if this game could have been even closer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all ears.
Well, for starters, Stroud threw 2 interceptions.
2?
2. 1 to start the game.
Oh, no.
And 1 to end the first half.
Wow.
So, those were potential scoring drives.
Yeah.
Gone.
Right.
And then you had Fairbairn missing an extra point.
Right.
Which
could come back to haunt you.
Can always come back to haunt you.
Yeah, in a close game.
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
So what else? What else did they do?
Well, Stroud had a couple of delay of game penalties.
Really?
2 of them.
Wow.
In the second half.
Mm.
It seemed like every time they started to get some momentum, they would just kind of shoot themselves in the foot.
Frustrating. So was Stroud just nervous?
It's his first year, so
true.
There's probably some nerves there.
Yeah.
But the article also mentioned that the Chiefs' defense were disguising their coverages really well. So
tricking him
up, yeah.
Rookie mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But also, I think the play calling wasn't great for the Texans.
Okay.
They seemed to rely a lot on those wide receiver screens.
Which weren't working.
Which were not working.
Against that Chiefs defense.
Yeah. So it felt like they were a little bit stuck offensively.
You would think they'd adjust when they see it's not working.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes a little while to figure it out in the game.
Yeah, during the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of adjustments, let's talk about Tank Dell.
Okay.
He had
a game to remember.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, an amazing game.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously that injury, so bittersweet, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he had that 30-yard touchdown catch.
Oh, it was beautiful.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And then, like, right after...
Just moments later.
Yeah, he goes down.
Switches his knee.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Really tough to watch.
Especially with his history.
Yeah, the fractured leg, the gunshot wound.
I mean, just to get back on the field after all that.
Right.
And then this.
It's hard not to feel for him.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows you the mental toughness of these players.
Oh, yeah.
The resilience.
Yeah.
It's a demanding sport.
Absolutely.
Physically and mentally.
Both.
And Dell just exemplifies that fighting spirit.
Yeah.
Sure. It's incredible.
So there was a moment in this game that I think was kind of a turning point.
I know you're talking about.
Late in the second quarter.
Late second quarter, yeah.
It's like, the game was hanging in the balance.
It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
The Texans were driving.
They were looking good.
Yeah. They were in Chiefs territory.
Right.
And, things were getting tense.
Yeah.
And then, bam, pass interference on Dell.
Right.
A couple of incompletions.
Yeah.
So suddenly it's 3rd and 20.
From their own 40.
From their own 40, yeah.
Yeah.
And Stroud's under pressure. Yeah. He tries to throw it away.
Right.
But McDuffie picks it off.
What a momentum swing.
It's a huge momentum swing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, instead of potentially taking the lead,
right,
they're now back on defense.
Yep.
Trying to prevent the Chiefs from extending their lead.
Ugh.
Which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Chiefs go into halftime up 17-10.
Yeah.
And they never look back.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing how one play
can change the whole game.
It can just shift the entire energy.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And so even though the Texans had that setback,
right,
they didn't completely give up.
No.
There were some bright spots.
Oh, for sure. For them.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah. He had a good game.
Yeah. I mean, he's been kind of up and down this season.
Yeah, he has. It was good to see him, step up.
7 catches, 3 carries, a touchdown. Even left the game for a little bit.
Yeah, he had a little ankle tweak, but he came back and made an impact.
Good for him.
Yeah, that's that grit you love to see.
Yeah.
Now, another injury
that
we need to talk about, and this one...
Not so good.
This one's not good.
Yeah.
Jimmy Ward.
He
got carted off.
Yeah.
After that collision with Kelce.
Yeah, it was, the article said it was very bad news.
Oh, so that sounds like...
good.
Not good for the Texans. Big loss for them.
It's a big loss, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a veteran presence back there, leader on that defense.
Yeah.
So, they're going to have to...
Make some adjustments.
They're going to have to adjust, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they do. So, man, Mahomes playing through the injury.
Yeah.
Tank Dell, that incredible play, and then the injury. And now Ward potentially out for the season.
It's just crazy how quickly things can change.
It really is.
1 minute you're celebrating, and the next minute you're,
It's a tough sport.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's that reminder of...
that physicality.
The risk.
The risk.
But you have to admire these players.
Oh, for sure.
The resilience.
Their resilience is incredible.
They keep pushing through.
Yeah, pushing their limits, dealing with the pain, the setbacks.
Yeah.
All for the love of the game.
It's remarkable.
It really is.
It is.
Okay,
so we've covered a lot here.
We have.
We've seen Mahomes exceeding expectations. We've seen the Chiefs adjust their offensive strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen the Texans grapple with these missed opportunities and these key injuries.
Yep. And we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
There's still so much to unpack here.
I'm excited.
I know, me too.
To dive a little deeper.
Me too.
All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Sounds good. So, we've been talking about a lot of individual things.
Right.
But, if we kind of zoom out a little bit,
okay,
I think this game tells us a lot about
both
teams, really.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, for the Chiefs, it just kind of reinforces their reputation for finding ways to win, even when things aren't perfect.
They always seem to pull it out.
They do, yeah.
They find a way.
It's like, obviously Mahomes is incredibly talented.
Right.
But, Andy Reid,
he's a good coach.
He's a great coach.
Yeah.
He knows how to adapt.
Yeah.
And, it seems like they've just built this culture of
finding
a way to win, even when they're not blowing teams out.
Yeah. It's not always pretty.
It's not always pretty, but they get it done.
Yeah.
Now, some people are saying they're getting lucky with these close wins.
Yeah, I mean...
Is that sustainable?
It's hard to say.
Right.
I mean, they definitely have been on the right side.
Yeah.
Some close calls this season.
For sure.
But, they're putting themselves in position to win those games.
Right.
They're not just...
They're making the plays when they need to.
They're making the plays when it counts.
Yeah.
And that's a testament, I think, to their coaching,
right,
and their players' ability to stay composed under pressure.
They're mentally tough.
They are, yeah.
So what about the Texans then?
Okay.
You were saying that their loss could actually be a positive sign?
I think it is, yeah.
I'm curious. What do you mean?
Well, they were in this game until the very end.
Yeah.
They made some mistakes.
Right.
But they also showed some real flashes of brilliance.
Mm-hmm.
And, remember, this is a young team, right? They're still building.
They're finding their identity.
So even in the loss, they kind of exceeded expectations?
In a way, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're already AFC South champions.
That's true.
Which is huge.
That is huge.
For them.
Yeah.
And so if they can learn from these close games and clean up some of those errors, like, those delay of game penalties, which seem to really kill their momentum.
Right.
I mean, they could be a real threat next season.
Okay.
They're not just happy to be there.
Right.
They want to win.
They're hungry.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And with Stroud at quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the potential to be really good.
To make some noise.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're seeing this game, even though they lost, as a step forward.
Yeah. It's all part of the process.
Okay.
They're building something special down there in Houston.
Right.
And it's exciting to watch.
I'm starting to see it. So we talked about Mahomes' toughness, the Chiefs' adjustments, the Texans' missed opportunities.
Yeah.
What else stood out to you from this game?
Well, one thing that really struck me was
Yeah.
just the impact of injuries on this game.
It felt like there were a lot.
There were a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Mahomes playing through the ankle.
Right.
You had Dell going down.
Right.
Ward getting carted off.
Yeah.
I mean, it really makes you think about the role of luck versus skill.
In football.
In football, yeah.
It's a violent sport.
It is.
It's crazy how 1 minute, you're celebrating a touchdown.
Right.
And the next minute, you're
down.
facing this potentially career-ending injury.
It's a tough business.
It really is. Makes you think about, like, how much is actually in the player's control?
Yeah, I mean, how much is luck?
Right.
How much is skill?
How much is fate?
Yeah.
I mean, you have these incredible athletes.
Right.
With these amazing game plans.
Hours of practice,
Yeah, they work so hard.
They do. And then,
One wrong step.
one awkward landing.
One helmet to the knee.
Yeah.
And it can all be over.
That's what makes it so unpredictable, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
Keeps you on the edge of your seat.
It does.
You never know what's going to happen.
Nope.
But that's part of the appeal, right?
I think so, yeah.
The drama.
The drama, the unpredictability.
Yeah.
It keeps us coming back.
Okay, so we've really dissected this game.
We have.
The strategies, the turning points. We even got a little philosophical there.
We did.
So what's your biggest takeaway?
For me, it's the resilience that we saw from both teams.
Okay.
They both faced adversity in different ways.
In different ways, yeah.
But they kept fighting, they kept pushing, they kept believing.
Right.
I mean, the Chiefs, they found a way to win.
Yeah.
Even with Mahomes not at 100%.
And the Texans, even though they made mistakes, they showed that they're, a team to be reckoned with.
They're not going away.
They're not going away.
I like it.
They're going to be good.
So it's more than just winning or losing.
It is, yeah.
It's about that heart, that grit.
That never give up attitude.
Yeah.
And
that's something we can all learn from, right?
I think so, yeah.
Whether you're an athlete or just a fan.
Or just watching at home.
It's about how you respond to those setbacks.
Yeah, it's about getting back up.
Picking yourself up.
Yeah, and keep moving forward.
It's a good lesson.
It is.
Okay, I think we've successfully unearthed.
I think we have.
The hidden layers of this game.
We went deep.
Yeah. It went beyond the score, beyond the highlights. And we got into, the heart of what makes this sport so great.
We did.
But I think this conversation's not over yet.
No, I don't think so either.
I think this game, with everything that happened in it,
right,
it's going to have ripples throughout the rest of the season.
Oh, for sure.
It'll be interesting to see how both these teams
Yeah.
evolve, how they adapt.
And how they define their destiny.
Yeah, I like that.
You know?
So to all our listeners out there,
yeah,
I want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay.
As you watch these teams for the rest of the season.
Right.
We talked about luck versus skill, the injuries, the unpredictability.
Right.
But what about the human element?
Yes.
What about the stories within the story?
Right.
The personal triumphs, the setbacks.
Yeah.
Where we might miss.
It's easy to get caught up in the X's and O's.
Right.
But,
you
know, it's the players. It's the coaches.
Right.
Their personalities, their relationships.
Right.
You know, that's what makes the game come alive.
I mean, think about Mahomes pushing through that pain, Tank Dell, the elation, and then the agony-worthy coming back into the game. I mean, and the coaches, the pressure they're under.
Right.
The decisions they have to make. Andy Reid having to adjust his game plan to protect his quarterback. DeMeco Ryans trying to rally his young team.
Yeah.
It's those human stories that often get lost in the shuffle.
They do.
But they're what make the game so relatable.
Right.
So compelling.
For sure.
I think that's what makes these deep dives so rewarding.
Yeah.
We not only get a better understanding of the game itself, but we also tap into those emotions.
The human emotions.
The struggles, the triumphs.
It's what makes it so interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think we've reached the end.
I think we have.
Of our deep dive for today.
We explored the depths.
We did of this Chiefs-Texans matchup.
We did.
Uncovered the hidden layers. And hopefully, you know, our listeners have a newfound appreciation for this game.
Yeah.
And who knows what the rest of the season holds.
Who knows?
Maybe these two teams will meet again in the playoffs.
It could happen.
Maybe they'll both defy expectations.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Maybe we'll see even more of those incredible human moments.
Yeah, those are the best.
That make sports so unforgettable.
They are.
So one thing's for sure, it's going to be a thrilling ride.
It is.
And we'll be here to break it all down for you.
We will.
Dive deep into the stories and help you make sense of it all.
That's what we do.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Keep questioning.
And keep that love for the game alive.
Absolutely.
You know, we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But I keep thinking back to Tank Dell.
Yeah.
That injury, it was just such a reminder, you know, of how quickly things can change in this sport and how fragile success can be, you know?
Yeah, I mean, 1 minute he's making this amazing catch.
Right.
And the next minute he's out for who knows how long.
Yeah, facing a long recovery.
Yeah.
It really puts things in perspective.
It does.
You know, and it makes you think about the mental toughness of these players.
That's incredible.
To come back from those setbacks like Dell has, or to play through pain like Mahomes did.
Right. It takes a lot.
Takes a lot.
Mentally. Yeah, I mean, we focus so much on the physical.
Right.
But the mental side of this game.
Oh, it's huge.
It's huge.
Dealing with pressure, doubt.
Fear,
on top of all the physical stuff.
And it's not just the players.
No.
The coaches, too. They're under so much pressure.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the decisions they have to make, the strategies, the responsibility for the whole team.
I mean, it's their livelihoods.
Yeah.
It's a high-stakes environment.
Like, we saw Andy Reid adjust the offense to protect Mahomes.
Right.
And it made me think about that constant chess match between coaches.
Oh, yeah.
You know? It's a battle of wits.
It is.
Constantly adjusting.
Based on the opponent's situation. Injuries.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's fascinating.
It's not just about, you know...
brute force.
Yeah, brute force.
It's strategy. It's adaptability. Thinking ahead.
And sometimes it comes down to just gut feeling, you know? Those split-second decisions, that can change everything.
Those are the moments that, you know, really highlight the human element of the game.
Yeah.
That intuition, that experience.
And you can't really quantify that, can you?
Nope.
That's what makes it so compelling.
It's unpredictable.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
This game, this Chiefs-Texans game.
Yeah.
It was a perfect example of that, I think.
I think so, too.
We saw, you know, those moments of brilliance, those moments of heartbreak, those moments that make you wonder, you know, about luck and fate.
Right.
But at the end of the day...
it's the stories.
It's the story.
That stick with you.
Yeah, the players pushing through adversity, the coaches making those tough calls, the fans on that emotional roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we remember.
That's the good stuff.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to challenge our listeners.
Okay.
Next time you watch a game, don't just look at the scoreboard.
Right.
Look at those human stories.
Look deeper.
Yeah.
Look at the faces, the emotions.
The little details,
Yeah.
those acts of courage, the moments of frustration,
Joy.
the elation.
Yeah.
Those are the things that really make the game come alive.
For sure.
And I think it'll make you appreciate the sport even more.
I think so, too.
It's more than just a game.
It's more than just a game, yeah.
It's about the people.
And I think,
Yeah.
that's what makes these deep docs so special.
Absolutely.
We're not just talking about the X's and O's.
Right.
We're talking about the human experience.
The heart of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So until next time.
Until next time.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Keep exploring, keep questioning,
Keep learning.
and keep that love for the game alive.
Absolutely.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're Bobby doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.